What up, Blockchain Nation? What up, YouTube? Thank you for taking time to watch this video. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below and make sure you hit the bell button so that you can get weekly notifications whenever we release videos. And for those who watch these videos consistently, I want to say a big thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are indeed far too kind. So, have you ever wondered what is the best way to go about coding interviews and pass coding interviews? Well, the best way is I have no idea. What I mean is, there is no necessarily one way that you can do it. Maybe I'll say the best way is the way that works for you. What I mean is, there's so many resources out there. And so I want to recommend today a couple that I've used personally that have worked for me. And I'm not saying you have to get every single one of them, but just I think one will do. So I'm just going to highlight 4, and then you can decide which one works for you. Some are very popular, some are not so popular, but they're still very good. So at the end of this video, I hope you're equipped to go forward one of these, and let's know what your results are. So I think this is going to be using any of these tools would be awesome to prepare for a coding interview. And yeah, so here we go. So the first is the very, very popular interview cake. It's kind of pricey. It's about $140 last time I checked. But yes, I know it's pricey, but honestly, in my personal opinion, it's great. So I just want to show you quickly a great thing about this. So you see, you can get program interview questions by companies, specific, like Google interview questions. I think Parker Finney, the CEO of Interview Cake, took his time to get some of these interview questions from these actual companies, which is great. So some Google interview questions, obviously I can't show you the questions. Facebook, Amazon, Uber, Microsoft, Apple, and they are company specific, which is great. And also it's programming by topic. So you have SQL, testing and query interview questions, bit manipulation, Java, rapidly right. This is so cool. But maybe I can click on this. Maybe let's just see. So if you want specifically like Google interview questions, it gives you some great questions. The 2-egg problem, second largest item in BST, which is a binary search tree, cake thief, which is very, very cool. So in all, if you look through all these questions, we're talking about over 140 questions combined. I mean, this is crazy. There's absolutely no way you can go through, look at the JavaScript, go through every single one of these questions and not have an idea how to walk through this. And just to show you real quickly, I'm not going to show you the answer, but the great thing, it also has an editor on the side, so you can actually get the code, you can paste it here, and you can actually run it against some test cases. So you have JavaScript and you have these other languages. So in my personal opinion, if you can afford the big bucks and you can get out of pocket for $140, the interview cake is definitely something that you should consider getting. So this is a good resource. So this resource on its own is phenomenal. If you go through, there's no way you can go through all these questions and not be a rock star. I haven't. Just being honest. But yeah, so interview cake is one I think is great. Second one is something that's gaining some kind of popularity, and in my personal opinion, is great. That's Algo Expert. Algo Expert, what I love about Algo Expert is that not only does it have some very cool questions, it also has this cool console where you can write your code, you can run your tests. For example, this is the question, you can write your code, it shows you the output. It's a very cool ID, or whatever you want to call it. But one thing I love about it is the fact that he has video. So interview cake is just pretty much text you have to read through, but I like video. I'm a visual person, so he has some video walkthroughs that kind of explain some concepts to you. You can watch the sample videos. He first does a conceptual overview.
Hey everybody, welcome to Algo Expert.
That wasn't supposed to happen. So he does a conceptual overview where he explains the concept of the problem. Then he now does a code walkthrough. The code walkthrough is actually in Python, but that's still fine because you can actually see when you go through the question itself. There's that, which will be your IDE here. You can pick the programming language of your choice. So I think Algo Expert is a good one. Loads of questions too, and they're constantly updating their stuff. So I think if you're anxious about should I get Algo Expert or not, I think it's a good one. So you can get interview cake, which is a great one, or Algo Expert. I think is great. So I'm not I make no money from these guys, but I'm trying to help people out there because I've been through this before. Always wondering what's the best resource. Should I use this resource? And confused and worried and panicked, but I don't want to spend too much money. Is this a good resource? So that's what I'm trying to show you guys today. Some great resources that you can use. So next one is the Imposters Handbook. I actually have the physical handbook, which is right here. Or if you don't want to get this handbook and you're more of an online person, if you go to Big Machine, they have this nice, wonderful video stuff that runs in your browser, but they do suggest, in order for you to actually use this tool, you have to get this. Recommend you get the Cracking the Coding Interview book, and also you can get a subscription to Interview Kit. Okay, $199, which is okay. I thought it was 140. I think it was 140. Yeah, 199. Oh, pricey. So you can get this resource, and then you subscribe to get your interview cake and Cracking the Code interview. And I mean, with all that together plus this, I think you're just going to be a rock star, in my personal opinion. So you can check out Imposters Handbook. So lastly is the almighty, all-powerful, all-wonderful Cracking the Coding Interview Undisputed Heavyweight Champion of the World, which is a great resource. The author is Gail Lockman McDowell. You can actually go to HackerRank and check out here, right where it says algorithms, and you can actually see how she explains some of these concepts like memoization and big O notation, which I still struggle with to today, just being honest with people. And yeah, so this is also a good book, The Almighty Cracking the Coding Interview, which I've talked about before. So besides checking out HackerRank, this is also a good one. This is called Interviewing.io, where you actually see a Python interview with a Netflix engineer or a Java interview, as in you actually watch while somebody's been interviewed, which I think is just great, so that you can see what that's like. It's cruel and unusual punishment, but it's great. So Interview.io is a good one you can check out. And lastly, Interview Nest is also a great place to go to check out different things. Why do people fail interviews? I like this guy, TechSit. The TechSit has this site that he's dedicated, although he hasn't updated in a while though, to figure out how you can do code ace interviews. So in passing coding interviews or doing well at coding interviews, I think really getting down with one of these resources and practicing. It's practice, baby. Practice. I know sometimes we are stuck in tutorial hell where we're just going over. I'm not saying do all these resources. I don't even know if you have the time to go through every single one of these resources, but I think you can pick one and spend a lot of time on it, find out one thing and really focus on it. And I'm really confident that any of these resources, if you spend a lot of time with it, can make you very prepared for a coding interview. And lastly, at the coding interview, try and sleep before. Make sure you rest. Make sure you're getting good night's sleep. And I always say this: if you get stuck, you get stumped, just smile. Just smile. Smiling tells your body to relax and tells your body that everything is going to be fine, everything is going to be okay. Try not to panic, smile, take a deep breath, and just keep on speaking out loud. You walk through the interview, walk through the questions with the interviewer and be like, hey, okay, what you're asking me is, just repeat the questions, think out loud, which is also what these books recommend. So this is all I have, so that you don't get stuck like I got stuck in so many tutorials. I think you can pick one of these ones, and they are very great resources for you to ace your program interview. So if there are any resources else that you can recommend for us, please let us know in the link below. And that is all I have. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you learn how to code, because coding is changing and will change the world, especially this blockchain distributed ledger technology space. And it's my personal opinion that those who get involved early will greatly impact the future. And if that is you, then let's go change the world, baby.